down the trail with the morning light, the wind in my face as the day turns bright. The horses are steady and the sky's so wide, but I'm searching for something I can't leave behind. The town's just a memory, the past fades slow. I left it behind when I took the road. The open range is where I roam, chasing freedom, but I'm still alone. I'm riding with the winds of the open range, where the dust flies high and the world feels strange. Through the hills and the valleys, I'm free at last. I'm riding to the future, but I'm haunted by the past. The night's a bit colder, the stars are bright. I camp neath the sky till the morning light. The fire flickers low, but my mind's still wild. I think of the years and the love I denied. The coyotes are howling, the prairie's still, but I ride through the silence against my will. I've seen the mountains, I've crossed the plains, but there's a part of me that still feels the change. I'm riding with the winds of the open range, where the dust flies high and the world feels strange. Through the hills and the valleys, I'm free at last. I'm riding to the future, but I'm haunted by the past. And the moon is my lantern, the road's my friend. I'll keep riding till the journey ends. The storm may come, the rain may fall, but I'm a cowboy, I answer the call. The sun starts to rise, the dawn's so near, but I'm still riding, fighting my fear. The wind's always changing, but I never stop. I keep pushing forward, no matter the cost. I've crossed the rivers, I've felt the pain, but the open range calls me once again. I'm searching for peace, but it's so hard to find, as I ride through the dust, leaving all behind. I'm riding with the winds of the open range, where the dust flies high and the world feels strange. Through the hills and the valleys, I'm free at last. I'm riding to the future, but I'm haunted by the past. So when you hear the wind calling your name, dawn is breaking on the canyon's edge. I'm riding out again, my heart's a ledge. The horses stir and the wind starts to call. I hear the whisper of the road, feeling small. The prairie's wide and the sky's so blue, but there's a part of me that never knew the peace I long for or the place I'll find. It's a cowboy's life to be left behind. Across the dust and sky, ride so free, chasing all the dreams that were meant for me. Through the valleys deep and the mountains high, I'll keep riding forever across the dust and sky. Nights get cold and the coyotes sing, but the cowboy knows the joy that dawn can bring. I've crossed the rivers and felt the sting of lost love and the time it takes to heal the sting. The stars above guide my way, but the road ahead's a mystery today. With every mile I feel more alive, but the cowboy knows he's never gonna ride across the dust and sky. Ride so free, chasing all the dreams that were meant for me. Through the valleys deep and the mountains high, I'll keep riding forever across the dust and sky. The wind, it whispers through the tall grass, and the cowboy wonders how long it will last. But there's a fire inside that can't be tamed, and the open range keeps calling my name. The town's behind me, but the trail goes on. I'm searching for a place where I can belong. I felt the sting of the lonesome road, but I ride on with no heavy load. I'll keep moving forward, I won't turn back, chasing horizons on this endless track. The cowboy's heart is a heart so wide, he'll keep riding through the wind with the sun as his guide. Across the dust and sky, I ride so free, chasing all the dreams that were meant for me. Through the valleys deep and the mountains high, I'll keep riding forever across the dust and sky. So when you hear the hooves and the winds call, know that I'm out here riding through it all. Across the dust and sky, I with the range as my home. The morning sun is rising on the hill so high. As I saddle up my horse and I wave goodbye, the road is calling and the wind's so strong. I'm a rider on the trail where I belong. The cattle are lowing, but I ride alone through the prairies wide open and the night's all gone. I've crossed the rivers and I've climbed the peaks, but I'm searching for something that my heart still seeks. We're the riders of the last horizon, chasing dreams that we can't deny. Through the dust, through the storm, we're rising on the wings of the wind we fly. The town's in the distance, but it fades so fast. The memories linger, but they don't last. I've been down the trail with no end in sight, just the glow of the campfire in the dead of night. The stars above are my only guide, but the road ahead I can't deny. The past may haunt me, but I won't stop. I'll keep riding till I reach the top. We're the riders of the last horizon, chasing dreams that we can't deny. Through the dust, through the storm, we're rising on the wings of the wind we fly. And the coyotes cry and the fire burns low, but we keep riding through the rain and snow. The road's uncertain, but we're never alone. We're the riders of the range, and this land's our home. The wind whispers secrets of the days gone by, of love and loss and the tears we hide. But a cowboy's heart is tough and true, and we'll ride until the night is through. The horizon's calling and we can't resist, riding on the trails that we can't dismiss. We're searching for freedom, but it's always just out of reach. A cowboy's life is a lesson that life can teach. We're the riders of the last horizon, chasing dreams that we can't deny. Through the dust, through the storm, we're riding sun sets and the day's all done, we'll still be riding with the morning sun. We're the riders of the last horizon, forever free, forever on the run. The sun is rising over dusty plains. I saddle up my horse and ride through the chains of memories lingering like the morning mist. Every mile I travel, I can't resist. The prairie stretches endless and wide. The wind at my back is my only guide. I've left behind the towns and the lives I knew, chasing a horizon that's always new. On the trail of the Lone Star, I ride along, through the heat and the rain, through the wind-blown stone, with a heart full of longing and eyes on the sky. I'm a cowboy forever, watching the world pass by. The nights are silent, save the coyotes' call. The moon rises slow over the canyon walls. I think of the faces that I've loved and lost. The price of freedom is a heavy cost. The fire flickers low, but my spirit's strong. I keep pushing onward, riding along. The trail is lonely, but it's mine to take. Every choice I make leaves a mark in my way. On the trail of the Lone Star, I ride alone, through the heat and the rain, through the wind-blown stone, with a heart full of longing and eyes on the sky. I'm a cowboy forever, watching the world pass by. And the wind whispers secrets of the days gone past, of love and loss, of shadows cast. But the open range has a truth I know. A cowboy rides where the wild winds blow. The mountains rise like ghosts in the dawn. The road keeps stretching on and on. The cattle are low and the rivers run wide, but there's nowhere to turn, nowhere to hide. The horizon calls me with a silver glow. I chase it forever, though I'll never know if I'll find what I'm looking for out there, or if the road it's yourself is the answer I bear. On the trail of the Lone Star, I ride alone, through the heat and the rain, through the wind-blown stone, with a heart full of longing and eyes on the sky. I'm a cowboy forever, watching the world pass by. So when the sun sets and the shadows fall, I'll be riding through it here in the car. On the trail of the Lone Star, I'll always be a cowboy riding free under endless sky sea. The day breaks slow over the canyon wide. I saddle up with the world by my side, the cattle lowing in the morning haze. But my heart's far away on this endless maze. The prairie stretches out as far as I can see, and the dust it rises with a song so free. I've roamed these lands, but they never stay still, riding on the wind with an iron will thrill. Riding on the wind where the skies are wide, chasing the horizon with no place to hide. Through the storms and the sunshine, I'll keep moving on, riding on the wind where the wild winds belong. The town's behind me, but it's always near. The faces I've loved, the ones I still fear. The road keeps calling, but it never speaks true. It's a cowboy's life, always something new. The stars are my lantern, the moon is my guide, but the road's my companion as I take this ride. I've crossed the rivers and I've faced the fight, but the cowboy knows he can never stay tight. I'm riding on the wind where the skies are wide, chasing the horizon with no place to hide. Through the storms and the sunshine, I'll keep moving on, riding on the wind where the wild winds belong. And the coyotes cry as the night falls down, but I'm still riding, no time to turn around. The fire's burning low, but the trail's still long. A cowboy's heart's where the wild winds belong. The mountains rise high and the valleys wide, but the cowboy's heart never tries to hide. I've been down the road and I've felt the pain, but the ride's always worth it in the morning rain. Through the fields of gold, through the dust and clay, I'll keep riding west till I find my way. The road may be endless, chasing the horizon with no place to hide. Through the storms and the sunshine, I'll keep moving on, riding on the wind where the wild winds belong. So when you hear the hooves and the wind blowing strong, know that I'm riding where I've always belonged, riding on the wind with no place to rest. Cowboy forever, riding at my best. The sun's starting low as I ride out alone. The prairie's so wide, it feels like home. The wind, it's calling, but I can't hear its song. I've been riding for miles, but I've been here too long. The cattle are lowing, the rivers run dry, but a cowboy's heart never tells him why. So I ride through the night till the stars all fade, chasing the sunset on this endless parade. I'm chasing the last sunset down a long dusty road, where the horizon's a promise and the night's all alone. Through the storms and the heat, I'll keep moving on, chasing the last sunset, where I'll find where I belong. The town's behind me and I've left it all, but the memories haunt me like an old tired call. The nights get colder and the fire burns low, but I keep riding where the cold winds blow. I've seen the valleys, I've crossed the peaks, but there's something in my soul that still seeks. The road may be endless, but it's mine to ride. I'll keep moving forward with nothing to hide. I'm chasing the last sunset down a long dusty road, where the horizon's a promise and the night's all alone. Through the storms and the heat, I'll keep moving on, chasing the last sunset, where I'll find where I belong. And the moon's rising slow over the hills, I can feel its light as it cuts through the chill. The coyotes are singing, but they're far away. I'm riding through the silence with the stars as my guide today. The past is a shadow that fades with the dawn, but I'm still riding and I'm moving on. I've been broken, I've been bruised, I've been lost and found, but a cowboy's spirit never stays down. So I'll ride through the dust, I'll ride through the rain, riding through the joy and the pain. The horizon calls me, but I can't see its face. But I'll keep riding till I find my place. I'm chasing the last sunset down a long dusty road, where the horizon's a promise and the night's all alone. Through the storms and the heat, I'll keep moving on, chasing the last sunset, where I'll find where I belong. And when the stars all fade and the day's long gone, I'll still be riding where the night rolls on, chasing the last sunset till I'm free at last. A cowboy forever, riding through the past. The sun is rising, painting skies so wide. I saddle up my horse, let the trail be my guide. The wind is howling as it whispers through the pines. I'm riding through the canyon, leaving all behind. The cattle are lowing in the valley below, but I'm chasing the horizon where the wild winds blow. The road is long and the journey's steep, but the cowboy's heart is a promise he'll keep. I'm riding through the canyon where the echoes call, where the mountains stand proud and the rivers fall. Through the dust and the rain, I'll keep moving on, riding through the canyon with the wind as my song. The night falls quiet, stars light up the sky. I sit around the fire, just waiting for dawn's first sight. I think of the towns I've passed and the lives I've seen. But the cowboy's road is always in between. The campfire flickers, but my mind's still wild, riding on alone like a restless child. I've crossed the rivers and climbed the hills, but I keep riding on, never standing still. I'm riding through the canyon where the echoes call, where the mountains stand proud and the rivers fall through the dust and the rain. I'll keep moving on, riding through the canyon with the wind as my song. And the coyotes cry as the night grows deep, but I ride on steady with no time for sleep. The world may change, but the cowboy's way is to ride through the storm and face the break of day. The dawn is breaking and the canyon's wide. I saddle up my horse with the wind by my side. The mountains loom, but I'll ride through the mist. A cowboy's life is a call that can't be dismissed. The road ahead is rough, but I'll make it through. For the cowboy knows what he's meant to do. So I ride the canyon with the open sky, with the wild wind blowing and the birds flying high. I'm riding through the canyon where the echoes call, where the mountains stand proud and the rivers fall through the dust and the rain. I'll keep moving on, riding through the canyon with the wind as my song. So when you hear the hoofbeats echo through the night, know that I'm riding where the canyon meets the light. Riding through the canyon where the heart beats strong. A cowboy forever with the wind in his song. rising slow on the desert plains. I saddle up my horse and I feel the chains of the past I've left in the towns behind, chasing the horizon, leaving it all confined. The wind in my hair, the dust on my boots. I ride through the canyon, hear the coyotes' hoots. The sky stretches endless, the mountains call. A cowboy's life is a life for us all. Dust on my boots, wind in my hair, riding through the sunset without a care. Through rivers and canyons I'll wander free, a cowboy forever, just riding me. The campfire flickers as the night grows deep. I dream of the past, but the road I keep. I've crossed the valleys, I've climbed the hills, but a cowboy's heart knows no standing still. The stars guide my way as the night rolls on. The prairie whispers where my soul belongs. I've lost and I've loved, I've felt the pain, but I ride again through the sun and rain. Dust on my boots, wind in my hair, riding through the sunset without a care. Through rivers and canyons I'll wander free, a cowboy forever, just riding me. The coyotes cry and the fire burns low. The road stretches endless, the journey's slow, but the heart of a cowboy will never break. Through storms and trials, the trails I take. The dawn breaks quiet over ridges wide. I ride for the freedom that I can't hide. The horizon calls with a golden light. I'll chase it forever, from morning to night. No town can hold me, no chain can bind. I'm riding with the wind, leave the past behind. Through dust and through shadow, I'll always roam. The cowboy spirit is the open road. Dust on my boots, wind in my hair, riding through the sunset without a care. Through rivers and canyons I'll wander free, a cowboy forever, just riding me. So when the sunset fades and the night is nigh, you'll hear my hooves echo under the sky. Dust on my boots, wind in my hair, a cowboy forever, riding everywhere. The sun is sinking low behind the hills. I saddle up my horse, ready for the thrills. The road's been long, the journey tough, but I've been riding for years, and it's never enough. The wind's my partner, the stars my guide. I've crossed the valleys with no place to hide. I think of the days that I've left behind, and the roads I've ridden with no peace of mind. It's the last ride home through the dust and rain, through the open plains where the coyotes remain. I'll ride till the dawn breaks through the night. It's the last ride home with the morning light. The campfire's burning, but the night's still cold. I've seen the heartache, I've seen the gold. The years are long, but they never stop, riding through the ages with no top to drop. I think of the love that I never found, of the towns I've crossed and the dreams that drown. But a cowboy's heart is a thing so wild. I've lived alone, but I'm not beguiled. It's the last ride home through the dust and rain, through the open plains where the coyotes remain. I'll ride till the dawn breaks through the night. It's the last ride home with the morning light. And the moon's high, but the road is long. The silence of the desert sings a mournful song. But the cowboy knows there's no looking back, riding through the wild with no need to unpack. I've crossed the mountains, I've felt the pain. The wild wind calls, but it's all the same. The past is a shadow, the future unknown, but a cowboy's fate is always alone. But in the distance I see the light. Maybe the last ride will be the end of the fight, a final rest with no more roam, riding back to find my way home. It's the last ride home through the dust and rain, through the open plains where the coyotes remain. I'll ride till the dawn breaks through the night. It's the last ride home with the morning light. So when you hear the hooves in the silent night, know I'm riding through with the end in sight. It's the last ride home, and I'll find my peace. A cowboy's journey will never cease. sun hangs low on the western sky. I saddle up my horse and whisper goodbye. The prairie is wide, the mountains tall. I ride alone, answering the call. Dust kicks up with each steady stride. The wind's my companion, my only guide. The towns I've known are far behind, but the trail keeps calling, and I ride to find. I ride into the sunset, free and wild, a lone cowboy, heart untamed and mild. Through the canyons, rivers, and open plains, I chase the horizon through the sun and the rain. The night is quiet, the stars shine bright. I sit by the fire, thinking of the fight, the love I lost, the dreams I chased. A cowboy's life is never replaced. Coyote howls echo through the night. The moon is my lantern, the stars my light. I've crossed the valleys, I've climbed the peaks, but the freedom I seek is all that I keep. I ride into the sunset, free and wild, a lone cowboy, heart untamed and mild. Through the canyons, rivers, and open plains, I chase the horizon through the sun and the rain. And the wind whispers secrets of the days gone by, of heartbreak, hope, and the tears I cry. But the trail keeps calling, and I'll answer true, riding the range with a sky so blue. The dawn breaks slow, the sky turns gold. The stories of the road are all I hold. The mountains rise and the valleys fall, but the cowboy rides to heed the call. The past is behind, the future unclear, but the spirit of the West is always near. I'll ride through the storms, through night and day, a cowboy forever, I'll find my way. I'll ride into the sunset, free and wild, a lone cowboy, heart untamed and mild. Through the canyons, rivers, and open plains, I chase the horizon through the sun and the rain. So when you see the glow of the western sky, know a cowboy's spirit will never die. Riding into the sunset, forever free, a life on the trail is the life for me.